Those who have watched Family Man 1 and 2 seasons might have understood how the research and analysis agents fight against odds to save the country from the evil elements. Similarly, those who have watched Special Ops Season 1 on Hotstar also might have seen the daredevil acts of the raw agents to eliminate the foreign elements that try to destabilize the nation. Is the Special Ops 1.5 released in November 2021 on Hotstar better than the Season 1? Has Himmat Singh eliminated some more anti-national and subversive elements in this series? Is this a season worth watching? To know answers to these questions, please watch the video till the end. Welcome to my channel. For the Special Ops 1 and 2, the role of Himmat Singh by K.K. Menon is the key. In the first part, how Ikhlaq Khan was searched and eliminated was very well presented. It was very gripping and exciting. Special Ops 1.5, the Himmat story, can be said as a prequel to Part 1. There are 4 episodes and each episode is named after Hindi movie titles. The incidents appear episode by episode as Abbas Sheikh narrates them. Let us analyze episode-wise summary. Episode 1, Andhi. The auditors who questioned Himmat in the first part now questions Abbas Sheikh of Delhi police to know about the career of Himmat, who is on the verge of retirement. Their report enables Himmat to get some additional retirement benefits. Abbas Sheikh narrates some events that he knew about the young field agent Himmat Singh's heroics. Himmat requests Abbas Sheikh to assist him with some force to catch Ikhlaq Khan, who is on the run after a failed attack on the parliament. Abbas Sheikh was warned by the Joint Commissioner of Police not to assist Himmat. When Himmat persisted that there was a clear lead, Abbas Sheikh follows Himmat, but Ikhlaq Khan escapes. The Joint CP suspends Abbas Sheikh for disobeying his orders. Himmat was also suspended. Himmat approaches the Joint Commissioner of Police and tells him that he only is responsible for whatever that has happened and requests him to revoke the suspension on Abbas Sheikh. The Joint CP gets infuriated and asks Himmat to get out. Then Himmat responds coolly and reads all the details of his corruption and warns him that he would be after him if Abbas Sheikh's suspension is not revoked. In this scene, how a corrupt higher officer is humiliated before an honest officer. Abbas Sheikh's suspension is revoked. Himmat dates Anita and tells her that he is working in a private job. Usually, the raw agents do not disclose their identity. That's why Himmat also did not disclose his identity before Anita. Himmat disappears after suspension and goes to Kashmir in search of Ikhlaq Khan. Abbas Sheikh identifies him in the crowd while watching news on TV. Then the raw officers approach Abbas Sheikh to know the whereabouts of Himmat. Then Abbas Sheikh contacts Himmat through some known sources in Kashmir, and after return, Himmat is entrusted with some important case. The case is about Vinayak Shukla, an attaché counselor in the Indian High Commission of Colombo, who was honey-trapped by a girl named Karishma. The highly sensitive documents are leaked. Upon learning the truth, Shukla shoots himself to death. Himmat is joined by Vijay Kumar, his college friend and an ex-army officer. The target is Maninda, who was an ex-RAW officer and Himmat's colleague and has gone rogue. The task is to eliminate Maninda and secure all the national documents. Vijay invites Himmat for a dinner. It was revealed here that Saroj was actually Vijay's wife. Episode 2 Mere Apne. Himmat, along with Abbas, find out that Maninda went to London by interrogating Mandal, who specializes in fake passports. The story then changes to the year 2000 and is about Indian Navy officer Commodore Chintamani Sharma, who was in Moscow to negotiate an aircraft carrier for 1.5 billion and supervise the refitting. Chintamani, who is married with 3 children, gets honey trapped by Natasha Petrova, who is a sparrow, and the initial deal is doubled in price after negotiations. Upon returning from Moscow, he gets blackmailed by Natasha for top secret naval documents. Chintamani gets an email with some compromised photos and gets a Trojan virus installed on his computer. Mr. Sharma lies and travels to London to share the documents with Natasha. Upon further investigation, there appears to be an international conspiracy where Sankalp Chowdhury is the main conspirator. It appears that Maninder and Karishma both work for Sankalp. Vijay decides to go to Colombo to capture Karishma, and Himmat travels to London to stop Chintamani. Maninder intercepts Natasha, kills her, and steals the documents. Himmat arrives at the hotel where Chintamani is staying, but before he could start his investigation, Chintamani shoots himself. Vijay arrives in Colombo and captures Karishma by holding her at gunpoint. After a quick call between Himmat and Vijay, the episode ends with Maninder holding Himmat at gunpoint. Episode 3 Lekin. Himmat, still being held at gunpoint, asks Maninder for his reason of going rogue. Maninder reveals that on a mission to Serbia, he is captured and tortured by Serbian forces. After waiting for 6 days to be rescued, he finds out that he has been betrayed. He kills those officials, and before he could finish, Himmat escapes. Vijay captures Karishma, and on the way to the airport, he gets ambushed by a bunch of armed men. Karishma escapes with those men. And with no lead, Himmat and Vijay return to Delhi. Himmat, Anita, Vijay and Saroj attend a dinner together. While returning from dinner, Himmat, to his horror, figures out that Anita is a mole and he was being honey trapped by her. He interrogates Anita and learns that she was forced by Karishma 3 years earlier. He also finds out that Maninda is in Kiev, Ukraine. He shifts Anita into a safe house and, with Vijay, sets out for Ukraine to eliminate Maninda. After arriving, Vijay gets a call from Saroj informing him that she is pregnant. Vijay feels very happy. In the meantime, Karishma also appears at the stakeout point and Vijay calls Himmat, who starts following her. Unknown to them, Maninder is also monitoring them. In a sequence of events, Vijay is captured by Maninda and Himmat captures Karishma. Maninda calls Himmat and tells him to come to a tank factory. The stage is set for a final showdown. Episode 4 is Azad. As Himmat arrives at the tank factory with Karishma, he finds out that Vijay is wounded. In a face-off, Maninda shoots and kills Karishma. He is about to kill Himmat, but Vijay interferes. In the resulting struggle, Maninda shoots Vijay multiple times and escapes. Himmat is shattered after seeing his best friend taking his last few breaths in his arms. He sets out to coerce Sankalp Chowdhury to find Maninda and lays out a trap by getting Maninda to leave for Dubai. In the flight from Kiev to Dubai, a cold-blooded Himmat strangulates and kills Maninda to avenge his best friend's death. He retrieves the stolen information and, upon returning to Delhi, goes straight to the safe house. Himmat blames Anita for Vijay's death, and during an intense conversation, he executes Anita after she asks him to do so. After 2 months, a deal is agreed between Himmat and Ellen Fuller, after which Sankalp Chowdhury's end is planned. The phone and the bomb in the car are attached, and when Sankalp tries to answer the call, the bomb explodes and Sankalp is eliminated. Due to a successful mission, Himmat gets his job back. A year later, Himmat goes to Saroj and apologizes for Vijay's death. In the present, it is shown that Himmat is with his family when he gets a call from Farooq. Farooq was kidnapped somewhere in Nepal and hints to Himmat about that. As Himmat figures out the hint, the show ends. Though not as gripping as the first season, this series is lifted by KK Menon and other actors' performance. Every scene generates an excitement about what will happen next. Those who want to watch a spy thriller, this is a must watch. Good script, sharp plot, excellent screenplay makes this a wonderful feast to eyes. Much care has been taken to show KK Menon as young. When a lady politician comments on Himmat that it is sad that officers like you have to suffer because of politics, Himmat says, "No, ma'am, it hurts when the country suffers because of politics." We understand how sincere the character of Himmat is. Locations in Colombo, Dhaka, London, and Ukraine's Kiev are very beautiful. The directorial skills of Neeraj Pandey and Shivam Nair are extraordinary. I hope that this video gave you an outline summary of Special Ops 1.5. Thanks for watching.